Another speaker is Ms. Oponye Damani from Tertiary Education Council of Botswana. She tackled a topic on financing human resources development at tertiary level, a case study in Botswana. Her paper tackles challenges, issues, and possible strategies for funding human development and tertiary education level in Botswana, which can also be applied in other countries across Africa.
2010, we had enrolled 37 or close to 38,000 students in our tertiary education institutions. And we project that this figure will increase up to 59,000 in year 2016, giving us a participation rate of almost 21%. In terms of comparator countries, we still have a long way to go. We normally want to compare ourselves to upper middle income countries like South Africa and Mauritius in our neighborhood. And Mauritius, I think, has reached over 30% of participation rate. So Botswana is still lagging behind. So that is a challenge that we are facing. With all the resources that many of you think we have due to diamonds, we are still lagging behind in terms of providing for our tertiary education needs. And what are we thinking or talking about in terms of financing of tertiary education? Like I said, the government has to sponsor all the students, almost all the students that go through tertiary education. And we are talking about around 3 billion as projected there that the government has to sponsor or to generate in order to sponsor or put through tertiary education the numbers that are waiting for that. In total, we are looking at raising, or the government raising 5.5 billion by year 2016 to provide for all the needs of tertiary education. That's a lot. And in terms of the total government expenditure, we are talking about a projected 15.8% to go into education. And in terms of the proportion of GDP, we are talking about 4.5%. That's a lot. And if you know what the OECD countries are spending in terms of providing for tertiary education, they are around less than 2%. So Botswana is actually putting a lot into tertiary education.
Mr. Fano Hamsini also takes stage on the topic of economic recovery for ailing economy through investment in human resource. In his presentation, he acknowledges the impact of the financial crisis that has affected institutions seeking to develop human resources globally.
We are aware, and the media has been very much awash in this area, that most advanced economies are struggling to manage their own affairs because the tax revenues have been reduced. Governments are able to do programs and run their economies from tax income. And so what is happening is that because of the challenges that the world is facing, the tax base has reduced, and there is a blame game. Politicians are blaming the bureaucrats, and it's happening also on the other side, that the bureaucrats are also blaming the politicians. But unfortunately, the problem is real. The problem is still there. The world is still facing the challenges. And what is happening is that because of that, national economies are in turmoil, and there's need for quick recovery. Of course, the major blame is apportioned to failure of the financial markets. I'm sure you're aware of that. When you read the newspapers, you switch on your TVs, these are issues that keep coming up. The financial markets have failed to operate efficiently. There's also blame on accountants like me and auditors as well to detect problems on time. And they have also we accountants have also contributed to these problems. And what has happened is that most economies, most governments, in solving these problems, have resorted to bailout plans for the financial sector through central banks supporting the weaknesses in the financial system. And they're putting in a lot of resources as well as stimulating the growth of the world economies.
Also making a presentation is Professor Bessie Okpone. hers is on strategies for empowering women to alleviate poverty in Nigeria. In her discussion, she talked on the need and challenges for women to participate in poverty alleviations. In her country, Nigeria, the strategies being used are delay first pregnancy and safe child, access to economic assets, and preventing violence. As a way of slacking off from their busy schedules of presentations, the delegates are treated to 3 conservative nights of dinner by the beach. Here they dine and wine, listen to acoustic music, appreciate cultural dances and other cultural displays reflecting the Malawian experience. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, as the saying goes. It is for this reason that delegates are on the 3rd day taken to the backstage of Malawi's traditional culture with Kungoni culture troupe during a Thursday evening. At this ceremony, delegates sample the Ngoni and Chewa cultures, among others. Probably toast of the night is seasoned musician Ben Michael and the Zigzaggers, a local Malawian band which keeps guests on their toes up to midnight.
Engineers have to